I've just been trying to conserve iron because we haven't been finding a whole lot of it.
Right. Which I understand.
So is this little corridor going to be our garden?
Yeah.
Okie doke.
We will eventually have to go mining and find more iron and, of course, like gold and obsidian and stuff, so. And diamonds at some point, maybe. It's not necessary for the survival for this, but it could be useful. We at least want obsidian and diamond and gold and iron.
Yeah.
I'm just saying gold for like the watch and stuff like that.
Right. Although I...
What?
Can I take this wallet? How much? I see. I guess this will be the way to get to it. Huh?
I warped.
This really isn't a lot of space to work with. Extend the wall. Yeah. Oh, you were asking how long I wanted to play for tonight, weren't you?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. As soon as you put a torch up, I got rid of it.
You're fine.
Right, I want to get rid of this. We're gonna have to rake the area with torches. That's gonna be a pain. I'm gonna get rid of this wall so that torch was...
Like I said, glowstone.
Definitely. What, you only get glowstone in the nether, right?
Yep.
Okay. I only have 7 torches on me.
That's okay.
Alright, I guess this'll have to do. So. Water reaches crops up to 2 squares away, doesn't it?
What do you mean? I think it has to, for these kinds of crops, I think it has to be touching the block, the dirt. Like it has to, like, it has to be adjacent to where the crop's going.
I remember now, because even in the chest survival map that we did with Jake, it wasn't like that. Like, it could be 2 crops away, because remember we were wondering, like, you know, we only had a 2 square infinite water source, but it was still reaching crops like 2 blocks away. And it was wheat that it was reaching.
Okay.
Do you remember?
Somewhat.
I mean, I'd hate to be wrong and mess up everything. Do you have any dirt?
Yep.
Thank you. Oh, that's not going to be a whole lot.
Nope.
I didn't mean to, like, ask you a question that I already knew the answer to or anything. I just suddenly remembered after I asked you.
You're fine.
Dirt, 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 dirt. Did you do that on purpose?
Do what?
I was expecting dirt from you and you just like looked at me and walked away.
Oh, sorry. Didn't actually have any dirt.
I just figured
you were saying dirt. I didn't.
Uh-huh.
No, for real. I was spacing out. I wasn't even...
You're fine, you're fine. I'm getting it off of the ceiling here.
Alright, I'm gonna have to go tunneling or something for stuff. This is... Torches aren't doing it.
What do you mean?
We keep using up all of our torches really, really fast, and we need a lot more light.
Yeah.
Let me go put stuff down and grab a couple more torches, and then I will...
I found more iron. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. It just...
No, you're fine. Ooh, iron, okay.
I just...
I just heard the gates flip out.
Yeah, that was my mouse double-clicking, being retarded.
Yeah.
So what were you gonna do? Get more torches, and we really need obsidian. Not
Right.
only for the
I'm gonna
nether
start
portal,
digging down.
Alright.
Making a mine. Although, I need another pick too, because this one's already like a third of the way, or only a third left.
Could you make me one too? Cause...
Yeah.
I know we can reach it.
I just
you.
made 46.
40... Oh, sticks?
Yeah.
Well, we'll use them eventually, that's a fact. God darn it. I guess with such a limited supply of wood, though.
I mean, it's not a big deal. We can use them for torches and stuff still and stuff. It's just... It's not what I meant to do.
Yeah. Alright, I got that iron. Is that the iron that you saw above the pens?
Huh?
You said, ooh, iron. Was that the iron? Or did you mean like iron in the chest?
I was talking about the iron you found.
Alright. Just
Here you go,
making sure
here
I
you
didn't
go,
miss
here you
any.
go, here you go.
Okay. Thank you. I guess I'll continue working on this, because we still have loads of seeds, so
Right.
that won't be a problem. Why am I going back here? Oh yeah, to smelt the iron.
Scatterbrain.
A little bit.
A little bit.
It really sucks that we're so limited in the dirt that we have.
I mean, all we gotta do is wait for the daytime and go dig up dirt.
Yeah, but...
Dirt is one unlimited resource in Minecraft.
I guess I'm gonna extend this to... I have a feeling of being really stupid and not making the most of the space that we have here.
Why?
I don't know, it's just the feeling that I get whenever I try to, like, make gardens.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I'm missing something obvious, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, snap.
Baby, you know that.
Nah, spiders, you can have the mine shaft. I don't want it. Oh,
Hey,
hello,
give me the front.
skeleton. Skeletor.
Skeletor. Yeah, I feel like I'm being really retarded here, but I don't give a damn. Correct me if you will, YouTubers. Wow.
What?
I was about to say, oh, this iron pickaxe works so much faster than that stone one. But
you're
I'm
using
still
the stone
using the
one.
stone one.
I know that feel.
Placebo.
I found gold and lapis, which is completely useless,
It makes dyes.
which we don't need today.
Yep, I knew I was being stupid.
Why?
Because I wasn't making the most of the space at all.
How do you know that you weren't?
Because I had the water trough against the stone wall.
Right.
But it can...
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, someone noticed that, but then I figured we didn't have anywhere near enough dirt there for me to even notice what the final product's supposed to look like, so I wasn't gonna say anything.
Yep, I'm just being a derp.
Oh god, more zombies. This one's wearing leather. Why is it wearing leather?
What? Oh, it's a miner.
Miner zombie?
I'm pretty sure that that's...
This one's got jeans on.
blue jeans.
And this one's a skeleton.
The zombie is a...
No, it's a skeleton. I thought it was a zombie, so I was walking towards it, and then it shot me, and I'm like, oh, poop.
I was about to say.
The mobs are just breaking. Turning into each other and stuff. Jesus, this goes on forever.
God, I feel like I'm being so... I don't even care.
I don't understand.
Don't get lost, please.
Oh, I'll definitely have to teleport back to you. But it'll be worth it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Why? What are you getting? The tracks?
No, I haven't even found those. There's iron and coal everywhere. Oh, and that was a creeper right behind me, apparently.
Dirt.
I didn't even see it. It just blew up. Didn't even damage me. Stupid creepy.
Creepy, creepy.
You're so cute.
But what?
You equals cute.
No.
Yar.
I don't even have a response to that.
You never believe me.
I'm sorry. You're just... I'm tired of your lies.
Nope.
But you called it a creepy first, so how am I cute?
Stupid.
What did you do?
I didn't bring any wood to make torches with. I brought extra coal to make torches with, but not wood. But the abandoned mine shaft has wood blocks.
Yeah.
Which I can hijack.
Yeah.
Once I kill this spider. Be slain, Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever a Spider-Man does.
I really want to be able to go to bed.
Huh?
I'm just annoying myself. I get annoyed by everything, don't I?
Uh-huh.
How do you even tolerate it?
I'm not sure. I have a spider eye. I don't know what that does, but I have one.
You eat it, but it's poisonous, so don't eat it. You can make potions out of it, but those are poisonous, so there's no point in that. You can make little bombs that you throw with it.
Those
for
are
like
cool.
mobs and whatever.
Right.
Enchanting.
I don't really need those.
Yeah, so
I'm fighting the
useless.
sun.
Yeah. Bye-bye, pig. Oh my god, it's so fat. Okay.
I will come back a very rich man, I will tell you that.
Ooh.
I will give you lots of monies.
My mommy always said that I should marry into money.
Yeah. That's why she doesn't like me.
She likes you.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. She sees my car and my clothes and she just hates me.
No. She sees the love in my eyes when I see you, and she likes you.
Why does she get to see that but I don't?
You can see the love in my eyes.
And another creeper.
You were so going to die.
I'm not clumsy.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm letting. They don't even damage
Sometimes
me.
I forget that you don't play like me.
Yeah, for you, oh, suddenly creepers means you're dead and surrounded by them. For me, it just means, oh, look, lol, one just blew up 10 feet in front of me.
Shut up! I get scared, so I run into them.
That's not what you're supposed to do.
Did I ever tell you?
Nope.
Okay, so one time, it was after cheerleading practice.
Oh god, this was forever ago.
Oh yeah, it was years and years ago.
Interbro, oh god. Oh god. Alright, sorry, go ahead.
I was, looking at this. But yeah, it was after cheerleading practice, and, you know, I was waiting to be picked up, because I was in freaking elementary school, and I needed rides. Wait, I still need rides, what am I talking about?
I wasn't gonna say anything.
But, no. Well, I'm a derp. What was I talking about?
Cheerleading?
Oh yeah. Okay, so I was waiting for someone to pick me up, and you know, there was this car outside, and I knew that it wasn't my mom's car, but I mean, there was someone in it, and you know, it was a man, like a full-grown man or whatever, and he was like waving toward me and motioning for me to like, you know, go toward the car.
This is such a typical scene.
Yeah, and I knew that, you know, I shouldn't go toward the car. I knew that this was a bad situation, but I just wasn't thinking. I was like a zombie, and I just like started walking forward and started going outside.
What?
And then, like one of the little cheerleading coach ladies, she was like, "Kara, that's not your car," and I was like, "Oh, but I knew that, but oh, okay." And then they drove off.
You could no.
Yeah.
No.
I seriously, like, she pulled on my backpack too. She was just like, "No, don't go out there." And I was like, "Oh, I knew that, but I wasn't acting on it for some reason."
What? Why?
I have no clue. I'm just retarded.
This is why I must keep you sheltered from the world.
Yeah, cause I don't think, I don't know.
Oh look, this person wants to shoot me. Let's let them.
I don't think he wanted. He probably wanted to shoot me with something, but
that's not. Stop that. No. I'm adding this impossible to name or locate man onto my list now. Thank you.
He had a mustache. I know that.
That doesn't mean he always has a mustache.
Well. I'm such a stupid kid.
That's really concerning, to be honest.
And my little cheerleading uniform.
Yeah. Okay, stranger man. I'll come take a ride with you.
You seem really nice.
Yeah. You offered me free candy. Woohoo, I love candy.
Yeah, I just... That's why none of my family ever trusts me to like go on walks or anything, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd like still do it today. Hopefully not. But really, like, I mean, I was thinking, you know, this is suspicious and I shouldn't go out there, but I was still just like...
But that's not even something that crosses your mind as, oh, this seems shady, I don't know if I should do it. That's... Okay, that's not... There's no reason whatsoever for that to even be an option to do.
And it wasn't an option. I wasn't consciously making the decision to do it. Despite all of my thoughts, I was...
So this guy had mind control, that's what you're saying, right?
No, I'm just
That's what you want us to believe. Okay.
No.
Now this is just getting even weirder. This mind controlling man who wasn't your car.
I'm not saying that, I'm just saying that I'm so retarded that if someone tells me to do something, I will do it, even, like, knowing that I shouldn't. I don't...
I'm not saying it was aliens, but...
I'm not saying it was aliens.
I think you are.
I need water buckets.
But it was aliens.
It wasn't aliens.
It could have been an alien, you never know.
God.
What would you have done?
If he was an alien?
Yeah.
I would have definitely gone into his car.
That's wrong answer.
You know what I think of aliens?
I know.
You better hope that I never meet an alien.
Yep. I will never see you again.
No. love aliens.
I love you, but not in the same way.
I think they do. Yeah, that's what should have been a traumatic story. It turned out, you know, not so traumatic, but
Yeah. It's one of those things they have infomercials about, and, you know, say no to strangers.
nah.
Things you should have had pounded into your head since you were that age.
I did, and you know, I mean, you know how protective my mom is of me,
Yeah.
so like, she doesn't even. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep. I'm just a derp.
Why so derp?
To this day, I can't explain why. I don't know.
Why so derp?
I wish I could explain it.
Please tell me why. God dang it.
Hmm?
I just kind of lost, well, not lost, but like dropped a bunch of coal because this coal area led down to more part of the abandoned mine shaft, which I'm gonna have to go down to now to retrieve my coal.
What?
Oh shit.
What's wrong?
Nothing, I'm just in the danger zone. Highway to the danger zone.
You're so goofy.
Nope.
Little bit?
Little bit.
Not a bit.
Lot of bit. Lot of bit.
Not a little bit?
Lot of little bit. There's a torch floating in midair. It's very creepy. And I didn't put it here either. This is a place I haven't been to.
I did it.
We did it! Yeah! Chloe Simos, we did it! We did it! Yeah!
It's okay.
It's kind of sad that I have to break down part of the mine shaft to like take its wood so I can build things.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. We're just staying inside for some weird reason. God, I have so much stone.
Well, man, there's no way I'm going out of here right now, so... Because I won't make it back right.
Right. Oh, God.
Yes?
Not you.
Why? Why you do this?
Blasphemy.